I do want to get your thoughts on this claim by the New South Wales Health Minister Brad Hazzard yesterday, who said that if these numbers in New South Wales at the moment, in Sydney in particular, don't drop, then there's going to have to be intense conversations coming up about living with the virus. That, of course, is going to have consequences. A lot of health officials today too worried about that. What do you make of that particular comment?
Well, for me, I think Tasmania and Victoria have done a very good job of being able to contain this in Victoria on numerous occasions. And sure, we have to learn to live with the virus, but it would be nice to get us all vaccinated before we actually start to attempt that right now. And I think that Delta variant, that's a whole new worry in itself. And I think that for me, I think when states go into this sort of situation, then they should be able to pull a lever or a trigger that says we need state of emergency. And Josh Frydenberg and the Prime Minister should have a package ready on what that means, whether that means we reenact JobKeeper in that state for a while, whether that means we have to bring in the military in those aged care bases, but have a plan of attack. So until we get most of the people vaccinated and have their double shots done, this is the way it's going to go, mate.
We're still seeing reports this morning, Senator, too, that I think it's about a third of workers who look after those in disability care have been vaccinated. So that's a lot of staff who are looking after disabled residents that haven't been vaccinated after all this time. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. It is absolutely blowing me about. This whole vaccine bungle has been right from the start, and I'll continue to say it, and I'll continue to call the government out. You went for a cheap shot of AstraZeneca when you could have locked in that Pfizer the middle of last year, and I actually believe had the job of being done properly, most of us could have had our second shot by now. We are not going to get back to some sort of normality until most people have had their second shot, and we need to do that. I mean, I watched President Biden, I think it was last night on TV. He's got his boots on. He's saying, that's it, we'll knock on doors, we'll come home to home. They can't make you have it, but what they're going to do is try and convince that other 30 or 35% of Americans to have this shot. So they're now doing door knocking. That's what they're doing, and I think that's a great idea. So, but once again, they've got many vaccines at their disposal, unlike Australia.
It is picking up, though, Senator, isn't it? I mean, you must be happy about that. I mean, the number of people who have had their first shot increasing by the day. Those getting their second shot is increasing by the day as well. So, I mean, it has been delayed, no doubt about that. But things are picking up nicely.
Oh, I think they are. It's better late than never, I guess, over this. But once again, the aged care workers, the first responders, we need them to get their second shots, and we need them to be out there. They're going to be the first ones that this thing usually touches. So we really, really need to get that down pat.
Yeah, just finally, Senator, on the subject of Afghanistan, plenty of good reporting this week by Ben Packham at The Australian, and it's about getting those members or officials who worked with Afghanistan and with the army. We're talking translators, subcontractors as well, who helped Australia, and this need to get them out of there and to bring them back to Australia. That we have a duty to do that and prioritise that, don't we?
We had a duty to do this over the last 8 years, and we have failed to get that job done. It has been absolutely chaotic to get those people that helped our troops, that were standing beside them a lot of that time, and their families out of Afghanistan. I think they've left they're run too late, mate. The Taliban is obviously picking up the pace over there. That's going to be a problem now, trying to get them evacuated and out of there. This should have been done over the last 8 years, and it's really, really disappointing. It also bothers me that, our own troops that are already carrying physical and psychological issues are now carrying this on their shoulders because they made them, straight from their own mouths, made them a guarantee that they will get them and their families out of there, and they have not done that. And it just makes me wonder if we have to go, God forbid if we have to go back in there, those green on blue attacks are going to be a lot more. And secondly, any other war in the future that we may participate in, that, we will not be able to use locals, because they'll say, don't trust those bloody Aussies, because all we're going to do is end up dead in the end, because they will not take us back to their country.
Really?
And that is what's going to happen here.
I agree with you. A really good point there. Jacqui Lambie, just a short one today. Thank you for your time, though. We'll talk to you soon.